right, so up next on our Women's World Cup series, we have Grolsch, which is from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Should have got some wooden shoes for this.
Well, so think of the Netherlands. What beer do you think of? I think of Grolsch or Heineken.
Yes, and that was Grolsch is the number 2 brewery. Heineken is the number 1.
I'm a big fan of Heineken. Heineken was one of is probably my
Is it a
third
James
go-to
Bond
beer.
thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I would.
I know that
I've
wasn't like the
had
original.
much Grolsch before. And Grolsch
Yeah.
is one of my favourite shitty European lagers.
Grolsch always stood out to me for 2 reasons. One, and basically, 2 reasons on the same item, which is packaging. One, it has the green bottle.
Without that clasp top.
And the clasp top, right, exactly. So, I mean, Heineken also has a green bottle. But
No, the clasp top, because I used to
Yeah.
keep these and be like, I'm going to put something in this, and I'd end up with 100 of them.
Yeah.
And then at some point somebody would be like, Roland, this is called hoarding.
Yeah. It's funny, when I...
What are you going to put in there except if you go Howard Hughes and it's your own urine?
right, when I was...
Which you can then carbonate and sell as American lager.
When I was 23 and I moved out... It's open.
Okay,
You seem to be more... Oh, nice. I would not have even thought about that.
Why, you die of thirst in Holland.
Is that a Dutch thing?
I've never seen it on anything else. I mean, I've
only ever seen that
It's
on...
funny, my mother used to have all these glass jars exactly like this with this thing for putting milk in when you freshly milk the cow.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, the only time I've ever seen that is on a farm and Grolsch. But back to the hoarding thing, I was going to say, when I first moved out of my parents' house, we had all of our, like a frat house, we had all of the shelves on our apartment lined with all the whiskey bottles that we had finished. And by we, I mean 75% me. And then we got to a point where we moved out, we're like, fuck, now we have to fill up the recycling and make 30 trips to just throw out bottles that we've been...
Did you get a refund or something for those?
So I used to do that. I used to go... I mean, that's not why I kept them. I kept them because I was like, oh, this would be a cool timeline.
Yeah.
It was a dumb idea.
No, I did exactly the same thing when I was at college.
Yeah.
Exactly. We had a whole thing up on the top, and we put all the bottles of whiskey and Smirnoff vodka. Cause
I was out of college and still did it.
I would have done it if I had any friends.
Yeah. But no, I used to go, because in New York you get 5 cents, in New Jersey you do not. So I used to store all of the bottles and then go visit my grandmother and I'd be like, oh, this paid the toll, and So I'd spend an hour and a half putting bottles one by one into the machine outside of Key Food and getting 5 cents per bottle, and then I would literally make $30 on that transaction. But I mean, figure at 5 cents a bottle, that's 600 bottles. That's insane, you know?
So in 2001, when I first came to America, and I had a job which paid $25,000 a year, and I was so broke. It would be the end of the month. I would get all of the cans, and I would drive them off, and that would be...
yeah.
So
I mean, I guess if you live in New York, why not? You know,
Yeah.
but it's...
Wasn't there a Seinfeld episode about that?
They drove to Michigan because it's 10 cents there.
Wow, look at the tangent we've just gone off.
I know. So Grolsch...
Well, it's I don't think... I mean, we've both tasted Grolsch before. Grolsch is one of my favourite shitty European lagers. Not to say that it's shitty. It's nice, it's clean, it's...
Okay.
Do you know, it's funny? So the last beer we had, which is the previous video, was the crisp pills from 6 Point. I drink this. There is that distinctly, I mentioned it when we tried that German lager, the skunky taste, and it is...
I was going to say, it tastes like flat apple juice.
Yeah, and that's a very typical European thing.
Yeah.
And it's I've said for years, oh, I love Grolsch. I drank this after drinking the crisper, and I'm like, oh man, I never noticed that before. But
this would be good food to have with Indians. This would be a good beer to have with Indians.
Yeah. And I don't think it's there's nothing wrong with it, but it's... And I imagine it's what the French call the terroir, which is it's from the water that they produce there, means it has this skunky taste.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because marijuana has always been...
Skunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the worst, but it's not great either. It's not like you're gonna drink this and be like, oh yeah, this is amazing, you know.
It's funny
at
because
least-
I drink a huge amount of like shitty European lager, but I almost drink it like because when I get up in the morning I have at least 4 cups of coffee because I need the caffeine. It's almost like for me European lager I don't buy because of the alcohol experience. I buy it more because it's like the exact balance of carbs and sugar.
So you know what
and
you're
alcohol.
getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. I would say okay. So I guess we have to do a ranking for that.
Yeah.
So I would say Team USA. If we were going by beer, Team USA would beat
Hands down, so far, Team USA has won.
Team USA's.
And that's nothing. I mean, well, why am I apologising to Grolsch? I mean, Grolsch is.
I know we're having a ranking for women's soccer based on beer.
Yeah, someone in Holland is like,
There's-
oh my god!
Somebody's throwing
look,
they're throwing a clog at the TV right
this
now.
guy from Brooklyn and this British guy, they say that our beer is not as good as Crisp, but we must change everything about
Right,
Grolsch. That sells 100 million bottles per year.
I would say somewhere in an alternate universe, somebody at Grolsch is like, fuck those guys, I'm making a change, and then they go
Yeah.
off on-
Whereas actually, whoever's from Grolsch is probably sitting there smoking a huge joint,
Yeah.
being like, I would pay attention to those American guys, but I forgot to wear pants.
Yeah.
Right, and on that note.
On that, now's a good time as any. Well, I guess good luck playing Sweden. Hopefully your team plays better than your Brewers brew.
I will say, actually, interesting enough, Holland is actually one of the few European countries I have not been to.
Really?
Yeah. And everyone is always like, let's go to Holland. I've just never been there.
Yeah.
So,
I want to talk about this more, but I also don't want to make a 20-minute video on Grolsch. So we'll get into that more on the next
sounds
video.
good.
All
Okay.
right, cool. Check us out.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Literally almost burped.